Welcome. I go by Wise Witch, and this is a guided ritual for Imbolc with the focus of illumination, whatever that means for you right now in your life. Imbolc is a point in the natural cycle of the year when we're starting to feel the end of winter coming and see signs in the northern hemisphere where I am. Even if you are watching this from elsewhere in the world, you can still receive this energy that I am working with. It is my worldview that magic operates across time and space. So even if you're watching this later, you could even come back and do this multiple times as needed. You will receive this energy wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. So this is a time during the year where I am. The sun is getting a little stronger, the days are getting longer, which is why it has ancient associations as being a fire festival. But I also have always interpreted it as having like a fire and water blending, because there's also thaw happening. Ice is thawing, rivers are starting to flow again. So you have this fire and water sort of awakening happening in the natural world. And any predominant energies in the natural world are going to affect us as human beings living within nature, living on the earth. Imbolc is often celebrated as a festival of light. A lot of people actually go through their home and turn on all the lights. Some people light a candle in every window. So I wanted to do a ritual for us that would harness that. And illumination it's a theme that I think can apply to a lot of us. And when I say illumination, I'm sort of thinking illuminating anything in ourselves or our lives that is affecting us that maybe we don't see. I know that sounds vague, but I actually want to keep this very general so that it can apply to everyone who might need it. So if there is some issue or situation, something in particular that comes to mind for you where you would like illumination, you would like clarity, you would like for truth to be revealed in your life in some way, you are welcome to hold that specifically in your mind during this ritual. But if nothing in particular comes to mind, or if a lot of different things come to mind, rather than focusing on one specific thing, you can just focus on just generally receiving this illumination wherever you need it. And it is my intention that as we raise this energy and then bring this illumination into ourselves, that it will reach us at the best possible time and in the most gentle, easiest possible way, and that when it does reach us, it will be very direct, and it will reveal itself to us in a way that is very obvious, very clear, that gives us immediate certainty of whatever it is that we need to know. For me, some of the times when I most need illumination are when I feel like the same patterns keep playing out in my life. I feel like I keep ending up in the same sorts of situations, usually at times when I have felt sort of stuck. In those situations, I have gotten the sense before that there's something I'm supposed to be learning from this. I just wish I could see it. So if you find yourself in that kind of cycle, I hope that you will find this energy to be beneficial to you. What we're going to do here is actually sort of cast a spell on ourselves, so to speak, for our highest and greatest good, as well as the highest and greatest good for everyone involved. And it is my intention that our higher selves, or whatever powers that be that have our highest and greatest good at heart, that they will help direct this energy on our behalf so that we receive it at the perfect time, in perfect comfort, in the best possible way. And what we're going to be doing is actually creating sort of a little elixir, you could almost call it. So if you are able to have a small container of water or any other beverage of your choice, you are welcome to do this along with me. If you are not able to do that for whatever reason, that is perfectly all right. When the time comes, you can still hold the intention in your mind. Some other optional items that you could use if you prefer, you don't have to. I'm using 3 small candles. I also have small containers of salt and water, and a small dish of sage, or you could use any form of incense or aromatherapy spray that you prefer. But again, if you don't have any of that, or if you're just not in a situation where you're able to use any of those items or set up any of those items, it's perfectly all right. The only thing that you need to partake in this ritual is your sincere intention and an open mind. I am a practicing witch, so this is something that I am sincerely putting out there with my genuine intention. So I really hope that if you've been drawn to watch this video, that this will work for you and benefit you in some way. So if you would like to skip directly to the beginning of the ritual at this point, I will put a timestamp in the video description below. But if you'd like, I'm going to just really quickly go over some of the items that I have here on my altar. The salt and water and the sage that I'm going to burn, they already bring in water, earth, air, and fire. But just to kind of represent the energies of Imbolc in particular, I also have some little river stones for water and earth. I have some driftwood, which brings together all 4 because it dries in the sun and it spends a lot of time in water. I have some dried sprigs of rosemary. Whenever anything dries, in my mind, it sort of gives it that air and fire energy by drying. And rosemary, just on its own, is a very purifying herb. It's associated with purification and wisdom. I've also made a little crystal grid. I have clear quartz to amplify, but also for that clarity. I have rose quartz, which, if you watched my last full moon wish ritual, I have rose quartz again because it helps open our heart center at all levels, which can actually be very important in this type of illumination work, because it can help you see things with more compassion and really accept whatever truth is revealed to you into your heart. I have several pieces of amethyst. Amethyst is a really good stone for connection and spiritual insight. It can actually help you with dreams. You might actually find that your illumination might come to you through dreams, because we are so much more receptive a lot of the time when we're sleeping. So amethyst can help facilitate that. And it also helps free us from any addictive, harmful patterns that we might have, or that others around us might have, that are affecting us. So if the illumination that you're receiving is anything to do with seeing any patterns like that for the first time, amethyst can help have a soothing effect on that. I have a couple of pieces of turquoise, which is a self-realization stone. So again, it really helps improve your overall mental state. It's also associated with intuition and empathy. I have 2 pieces of sodalite, which is a truth and objectivity stone. It promotes rational thought and self-acceptance. I also have this little piece of snowflake obsidian, which is very good for recognizing and releasing any damaging thought patterns or habits that might be affecting you that you might not see. And then I also have a piece of regular obsidian, which is another excellent truth and clarity stone. It's really good for blocking psychic interference. So if there's anyone around you who maybe even unintentionally is projecting a lot onto you or influencing you, maybe not for your benefit, obsidian will help just sort of shield you from that, so that you can make your own decisions and decide what's best for you. And my 3 stones in the center here are this little piece of petrified wood. Petrified wood is basically like a fossilized wood that has been agaticized, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but agate crystals have replaced the cells, so it's almost like wood turned to stone. And it's very interesting in its energy imprint, because it really sort of embodies these ancient earth energies. It's actually often used to connect with past lives. So if anyone's clarity needs to come in the form of past life knowledge. Petrified wood has really good energy for that. Another good energy in petrified wood is sort of this gift of perspective. It can help us see the bigger patterns of life and appreciate the way that life unfolds naturally on its own. And it's also very grounding, which I think is important in doing this type of work. I have my little piece of honey calcite again, which was also in my last ritual. I really like using it because it's good for all of your chakras, all of your energy centers. It sort of brings that little bit of fire energy, and it also has associations with clarity and harnessing your personal power. It's really beneficial for illumination work, like what we're doing. It also stimulates energy flow and clears blockages, so if that's necessary, which it very often is, in order for you to receive the illumination that you need, honey calcite can help get any blockages out of the way that might be preventing you from learning what you need to learn. Our final stone in the center here is opalite. I thought opalite would be really good for what we're doing here because it's strongly associated with visions and intuition. You can actually place a piece of opalite on your crown chakra to help stimulate receiving information. It's really good for clearing away worries and resolving any like old wounds or old conflicts. So if there's anything that you need to have illuminated from your past or from like a wound that you might be holding on to and not even realize it, opalite is really wonderful for that. We're going to begin our ritual now, and because I'm losing my daylight, we are going to light our 3 candles first. And as I light these, we are creating an energetic portal. So as I light these candles, just visualize the light as it radiates out, establishing a sacred circle of space that surrounds us. As I light these fires, by power of 3, illuminate my truth for me. As I light these fires, by power of 3, illuminate my truth. As I light these fires, by power of 3, illuminate my truth for me. And just visualize that light continuously radiating out and filling our auras, cleansing our auras with this golden glow. And while that does its work, we're going to continue cleansing our space. And as I do this, I'm also going to cleanse the water that I have that we're going to charge during the ritual. With this sage and this flame, I purify this circle by air and fire. I'm just going to swirl the smoke all around us and just imagine it cleansing our space. I'll run it over each of us as well, and just let it swirl through your etheric body, It's not touching you, but it's just purifying the energetic field around you. I hereby cleanse this water and consecrate it as a vessel for truth and illumination. With this salt and this water, I purify this circle by water and earth. I'm just going to gently flick this water around us and around our space. And I'll cleanse each of us with it as well. I hereby cleanse myself and consecrate myself as a vessel for illumination. And I'm just going to hold a little bit of it up by your third eye. I hereby cleanse you and consecrate you as a vessel for illumination. So let's just take a moment and infuse our intention. You can just sit comfortably and just visualize this light radiating until it glows and just fills the space and fills you with this bright golden light. And as you inhale, imagine that you're breathing in this purifying golden light. And imagine that you're putting down roots into the earth from the base of your spine. Even if you're sitting indoors, even if you're up high in a building, just imagine these roots running down into the floor, down the walls, down through the foundation, through the pavement, down into the earth as far as they need to go. And they go down until they hit an underground spring of pure, clear, cold water. And as you exhale, just imagine any excess energy, anything that you wish to release at this time. Just imagine it flowing down these roots, down into the earth, and just absorbing into the earth, where it will be transformed and neutralized. And as you inhale again, imagine that you're drawing up the clear, cold water from deep within the earth. And as you breathe, it travels up your spine all the way to the top of your head, and it just fills your body wherever you need it most. And as it does so, it's clearing and purifying And as you exhale, send down anything that you need to release. And picture the roots spreading further down into the earth. And as they go even deeper into the earth, they come to the molten hot core of the earth. And they sink down into this fire. And anything that you need to release is just released into the fire. And the next inhale, imagine that now you're drawing up the warmth and vitality of that fire, and it travels up your spine all the way to the top of your head, and it spreads throughout your body wherever you need it. And its heat is cleansing and purifying. And now as you exhale, imagine any of this excess energy that we've brought up from the earth just filling our sacred circle. You can picture it like stardust or like wisps of golden smoke. Anything that works for you. And if you'd like to just sit for a moment and just take in this energy that we've raised, feel free to pause this, and you can come back when you're ready. When you're ready, we are going to charge our elixir. And if you're not using any liquid of your own, just hold your intention in your mind and just focus on your intention, and as we raise this energy, just let this energy fill you and let it power your intention. So we're going to visualize this golden flame of light that's radiating throughout our circle, radiating into this liquid. And we're just going to let this golden glowing energy fill our liquid, surround our intention, light up our intention until it glows. And just visualize the light radiating outward, filling the whole circle, filling you, just radiating into your core and absorbing deep into your soul. You can sit for a while if you'd like, and just let yourself fill up with as much of this golden light and illuminating energy as you wish. And just know that however much of this you take in, this is coming from source energy, life force energy, so there is no limit to it. You can take in as much as you feel you need. And this will stay with you and do its work whenever the time is right for your highest and greatest good. And when you're ready, can release your intention, and we're going to drink our elixir. If you are seeking illumination in regard to something specific, take a moment to just really hold that in your mind. As we take this energy of illumination into ourselves, I want you to picture an orb of especially bright light being taken into the core of your spirit. And you can do this either by drinking your elixir, or you can simply do it by taking a deep breath and just feeling this glowing orb of illumination coming into you. And as we take this energy into ourselves, just feel its warmth absorbing into you however you need it. And just know that whether you made your own elixir or whether you just absorbed the energy of the spell, know that it has already begun working in your life from this moment for your highest and greatest good. Depending on the nature of the illumination that you receive, this could play out for you within a lunar cycle. Since this is a major point in the changing of the seasons, this could play out for you over the course of the next season, or even over the course of the year. But this illumination will come to you in a way that is direct and easy for you to understand, in the greatest possible comfort. And it will come to you in such a way that serves your highest and greatest good. If you'd like to sit here for a moment and meditate or journal or just have a moment of quiet reflection in this energy that we've raised in our sacred circle, feel free to do so. You can always pause the video and come back when you're ready. And whenever you're ready, we are going to close our circle. So sit comfortably and just place your palms down on wherever you're sitting or standing. It could be on the ground or on either side of your chair. And just take a deep breath and just imagine with each inhalation this golden light that we've raised flowing into you, and as much of it as you need is just absorbed into you, so that you'll have it when you most need it. And if there's any excess, when you exhale, it just flows down through your palms and makes its way down into the earth, where it will be absorbed and transformed. So just take a few of these deep breaths for a moment. And on your last exhalation, just picture the last bit of our golden light just dissolving down into the earth as we close our circle. We thank and release all of the energies that have assisted us in this work. Thank you for joining me for this Imbolc ritual. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you got something out of it, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And feel free to share any of your experiences in the comments as well. I just want to thank you all so much for your love and support, and I hope you have a magical Imbolc.